Alright guys, in this tutorial I'm going to show you how to create the super simple Fortnite death effect. I'm going to show you the easiest way to do it. There are more complicated ways that look more accurate, but this is the easy method that I kind of created, and yeah, I think it looks pretty good. So for this tutorial I'm going to use Spider-Man here, and let's just hide this for now. So what we want to do is make a new tab. You can just slide from here. See how my mouse changes to like this crosshair? You can just literally slide in and out, but don't make too many pieces, might crash. Close that, oh, close that. So then change it, click up here, top left, change it from 3D viewport to shade editor, and here's where we're going to do all the work. You can scroll along here if you don't see these stuff. So then click on here, yep, and you can also press this to hide the bones or whatever. So basically guys, I'm trying to explain as much as I can so then you understand what I'm doing. I don't want to just give you the answers. So obviously what you plug into here is what goes into here. So right now we're working with the body, not the head. Whatever we're going to do is not going to affect the head, so keep that in mind. Here are textures that your skin would probably have. So let's just move this over here. First, what we want to do is we want to make the top part of the skin, bottom part, the glowing effect. Do that, Shift A to add something. I'm going to be using it a lot. Type in mix shader, drop this straight in here. So now it's going to basically try and mix two things, so you can see that obviously there's nothing plugged into the other side, but you're mixing stuff. What we want to mix, for now we'll just put a emission so we can work with this. Just add like a blue color, maybe increase it to about 4, drag it in here. So now you see that when I slide this, it changes. That's not what we want. We don't want it to be affecting the whole thing. We want it to be like a gradient. So to do that, Shift A, type in gradient. Then get this gradient and drag it into the factor. So the gradient will basically tell you which parts you want to be the skin and which parts you want to be the emission. Alright. Well, as you see, the gradient is not the way we want it to be. So if you have the node wrangler add-on, you can go to edit preferences, type node. This is the add-on you need on. Just take it on, close it, and hit Control T, or on a Mac I think it's Command or something like that. With this we can actually change the rotation and location, all of that stuff. So I think it's just play around with it. I think it's the Y. So you see if I'm moving it, it's -50, -60, so just change to -90. But now it's not even on screen. That means we need to change the location. So there, the X location, we can bring it up. That's good. What I would do is actually get a Shift A, add in a color ramp straight into here, and this we can use to manipulate our gradient texture so that you can make it lower, more harsh, or depends. I like it a bit more smooth, so like that. That looks fine for now. So let's leave this up here, move this over here. So now what we need to do is we need to make the pattern or design, whatever, at the bottom. So we're gonna mix the emission with the lines. Just add in a mix shader in between here. So emission's gonna go here. Then what we're gonna do is we want to mix this with like a grid texture. So you can literally just go on Google and type in grid. There we go, images. It's literally this easy. Save that image. Once you got it saved, I literally recently saved mine. So image texture, just open it. Once you have it saved, right now mine's already in the here. We can just open it and find the texture. So I'll just get it here. So this is the grid. Then what we need to do is get the grid and put into the factor. If you see here, it might not work there, but see how the lines are black? It's because there's nothing plugged into here. So all we have to do is type in RGB, or actually we can add the emission into here. So instead of putting that into there, we can get another emission. So just Shift D, duplicate it, put it into here, change it, lower the saturation, and there you have the effect. We can make it better. So if I show you my one here, you see how I think it's a different blue color, and then if you see, it goes from really bright to fading out. So let's actually do that over here. We can make some changes to the grid. So Control T. If you want to affect the whole scale instead of just affecting one, click and drag down, and then you can so see we can make the grid bigger or smaller. This is whatever size you like. I think that should be fine. We can also make a gradient here as well. To do that, Shift A, gradient, put that here, get a color ramp, And here we can choose the two colors we want to use. So we're going to use a nice dark blue-ish color here. I'm going to use a nice normal blue here. Just whatever colors you want to use, drag that into there. There we go. And then drag the gradient into the factor, because we want there to be a gradient. So it's hard to see, but there is a gradient. So like if I just change the color, so you can see that the gradient isn't really working. So we need to Control T. I think it's the same. It's going to be the same rotation here. So let's do -90, -90, and then I think, what was it? It was the X location. So let's drag it up a bit. There you go. You see that gradient? So we can use this to help us with the effect. So then the orange is going to be it. So like a darkish blue here at the top, because if you use a darker color, it looks like it fades in more. Okay, and then just use, you can actually like move this along, so make it brighter. I don't think this is actually the right blue. I think that should be better. That's the main body done. Also, as you guys see, there's like little cubes. So do that is super simple. Shift A, add a cube, scale it down, drag it to the back, scale it down even more. We can actually make the edges curved. So just go to the modifiers, add in a bevel modifier. It's kind of hard to see from this angle. Just increase that and increase that a bit. So then, just play with it until it looks good. Right click, shade smooth, add a new material, delete the printer board, Shift A, emission, drag that in there, and here, change that to about 5, and there we have a glowing cube. Then we can just duplicate it. If you hit this button here, you can make a new material that doesn't affect this one, so we can change the color a bit, and then scale these down, rotate them, whatever you guys want to do with them, and then literally pose your model, and this is the effect. Hopefully this tutorial helped you. I wanted to keep it nice and simple for you guys, and if you have any other recommendations, I will do that. I know you guys wanted me to do a lighting tutorial. I might be able to do that soon, maybe next week. Subscribe if this helped you guys, and I'll see you guys in the next video.